So I've come up with a day, loads and loads to do again, but I've come over purposely because yesterday I popped over with my friend Alex. He helped me carry a shed from another plot. They popped on the allotment WhatsApp group. Does anyone want a shed? You know, it's in quite good nick. It'll do for what I need. There is a few rotten parts, but overall I think I could use it when I build the new shed with all the, even if I use it for paneling the inside or whatnot. So I've popped over, grabbed the panels, and I noticed there was a window on it. Now I don't need the window because I've already got a pile of windows going on the front, but we'll talk about that when we talk about the design of the shed. And I knew one of my friends, Cheryl, on one of the other plots, she's been desperate for a window to be put in her shed that can open. Hers is sealed, and she uses her camping stove in there with the door open. So as soon as I seen it, I thought, I know who would benefit from that. So I'm going to pop over there now and fit the window, basically. I've had a look at the shed. I'm just going to go over, take out the old window, fit the new window for her, and hopefully she'll be pleased. And at least she'll have some ventilation, because winter will soon be here and the winds blow to that direction of her door. She can then shut her door, put her stove on, make a cuppa, and it'll be safe. There'll be nice ventilation in this. So let me show you the shed and then we'll head over there. So there are a few rotten bits at the bottom, but mainly it's, you know, still nice and dry, and it'll have a few years in it. But I've got a few plans as well for bits and bobs of it, and it will do the job. So I'm going to make amend do with the shed as much as I can to give it as much character and make it look homely. You know, I don't want to have a brand new shed put up there and then it hasn't got that feeling that I've built it myself. So I'm really looking forward to the shed build. So let's head over to Cheryl's, fit her window so that she'll be nice and safe, and I'm sure she'll be thrilled to bits. What do you think? I've sealed that.
Yeah.
And you can still
Oh, fab.
Yeah. I'm so pleased now that Cheryl has made use of that window, and she's wanted a window in that shed for ventilation for a long time. So I'm glad that something that I didn't need has benefited her, and that's what it's all about, helping each other, and we all have a better experience here. So I'm pleased now that that's done. Do you know what? I really enjoy doing that, and it's really pushed me now to have that itch to start building mine. And I actually love building things and doing DIY. So it's made me think now it's almost time for me to start building the shed. And I've changed my mind, and I've got a few things that I'm going to change differently with the new shed build, and I'll talk about them now. So the original plan was to take this shed out and build the shed there and have all glass on the front of the shed. And then I thought then, well, what would the view be? Also, it's right next to the polytunnel, and really it was supposed to be a place where I escape once I've done all my work. And I thought it's going to be right there reminding me, you know, and I'd be looking into the polytunnel from the window thinking there's still jobs to be done. And then I also thought then, on the fig and olive plot, what purpose would I have to go there quite often if the fruit cage is perennial? All the perennial plants are in there, like the asparagus, rhubarb and everything else I'm going to put in there, like the kales. I was thinking then, why would I be going there quite often? I thought that plot needs a purpose. So I've decided to renovate the shed over there, take off the front, take off the roof. It'll be a redesign. All I'm using off that shed basically is two sides, the back side, the back part of the shed and the one side. All the front is coming off, all the one side, and I'm going to turn it into a different style roof and have all glass on the front. At least the view from the fig and olive plot will be the mountains as well, so it'll be nice then that I can come from this plot, head over to fig and olive, and just have a chill out and you know, relax from all the work I've done. But I'm still going to put a shed on here for storage, and I think I'm going to build like quite a little small storage shed on the back of the greenhouse area. So over here I think I'll put a little small shed here and then build all the compost bays, and that means that all this area then going from here all the way down, which gets so much sun, all the way down can be beds. So it means I won't be losing growing space on the plot that gets the most sun. So that's the plan anyway. And I mean, this is the thing about having an allotment or designs, is that they can be changed. You know, you can change things. I'm heading up with the fig and olive plot now to kind of see what's on the camera, and hopefully it's not a rat. Please don't be a rat. So I checked the footage, and first of all I seen a little robin on there, which was absolutely lovely. We just sat perched near the camera enjoying the sun, and then I seen two squirrels fighting. They were playing all around the leeks, so they haven't done no damage, so I'm quite happy about that. And then after that then I checked the camera at night time, and it's a field mouse. Now some people might say that they become a bit of a pest, but I don't mind him overwintering there in that bed and bunkering down. I'm happy that it's a field mouse. I don't mind a field mouse. I was worried it was going to become a rat's nest, and yeah, I'm pleased about that. Now this shed has literally been neglected a little bit, to be honest. It did need a new roof. I need to cut back all these brambles. I mean, look at them already. I mean, this is just one season, they've just gone rampant. I'm going to cut all them back, take this front off, and take this side off and build a new side, and all the way across here is going to be glass panels. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then on the side then I'll put a new door, and at least that door then will overlook the pond area over here. So I'm going to put a new roof on, then put the panels on the back of there so that they get good sun, leave the log burner where it is, and then turn this then into the snug that it should always have been. Now, I've said this for 2 weeks now that I plan to put on the guttering on here. Yes, I still haven't done it. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to go to the salvage yard and get the guttering. Now I've decided what I'm going to do here as well is when I dig this up, I'm either going to add some grit or some perlite in here just to help with the drainage with the bulbs. Now that's my plan. I'm going to dig a trench down here, mix the soil with some perlite, and hopefully that'll help with the bog that happens here sometimes. But overall the plot is looking okay. I'm happy with this area. We've got nice 6 beds here now. The sprouts need a bit of a weed and take some of the dead foliage off, and I still need to stake them up, to be honest, but overall I'm happy with this area. Now an update on the brassicas in here, they're doing really well. I was worried first of all when I came over and seen some nibbles on this one here, but then I remembered that they already had them on those ones. I went and checked the cameras on the collies and the broccolis, but they've really bedded in. They're really bulking up already. But yeah, I'm pleased with these. Really, really pleased with them. Now in the spring on the fig and olive plot, obviously my tunnel was there. I planted a sweet potato plant and I was thinking it's never going to come to anything. And then what happened was I took the tunnel down. It never ever recuperated from that because it got cold and the plant was looking healthy. Anyway, I dug it up anyway. I dug up the plant to have a look, you know, when I was doing the fruit cage, and this is what I found. So I have got some sweet potatoes, don't get me wrong. It looks like a sausage ring here really, but don't get me wrong, they've twisted around, but I'm guessing that's because maybe the soil underneath was compacted. But the plant did produce quite a few sweet potatoes, so I think next year I'm going to plant some more in here, start them off early with some slips, and then maybe we'll have a better success over here because there's more sun, it'll be warmer. I'll do it at the front here. So yeah, I've put sweet potatoes on my list for next year. And I mean, if things don't work out one year, don't scrap them and go, oh, it didn't work, I'm not doing it again. You can try and try again, you know. One summer season will be better than others, so don't scrap things off completely, you know. Keep trying, because it'd be absolutely boring if it worked every single time, everything was perfect. You'd be like, this is too easy for me. So yeah, keep trying, and then once you master that one thing, something else will fail and you'll be trying to master that, and that's just the fun of gardening. So I've only got 2 Calabos cabbage in this bed now, so I think I'm going to weed it and then plant it up with the remaining brassicas. I've got some kales and some purple sprouting broccoli and a few other bits and bobs. Now I haven't got much space on this plot really for planting it, but I have got some on the fig and olive plot that I could do. But we all know that I might change my mind on the fig and olive plot, and there is quite a bit of work going to be happening on there soon with the shed and stuff, and I might need the space to, you know, lay out wood and start, I don't know. I just worried about planting up and doing things on that plot until the shed's built. So I need to go back and really think about where I'm going to put some of the plants. But today I want to plant up that brassica bed for sure, and maybe dot a few in the swede bed here, because there's some space there as well. And next year I've decided I'm going to do 2 beds of swede. Now you'd probably be like, that's crazy, but I really like swede, my family likes swede, and I've only got 10 left for winter. Now you think that's plenty. It's not when I've got a big family. So next year 2 beds of swede. Don't know where I'm going to put all these beds, but I'm prioritizing things that I eat more over things that are just for decorative or just for trial. So next year I am going to be doing a lot of things that I really, really like. So yeah, I need to be a bit more blooming stern on myself and go, don't keep putting too many experimental beds. Plant what you like. So I've had a bit of a tidy up, and I've decided today's the day we're going to build this bed under here. Now I've got all these brassicas that need to go out, so I need to weed through here, build the raised bed, and then plant it up. Now I haven't got any more compost, so I'm not really sure what to do, or whether or not to wait and then put compost on the top later on. I don't know, we'll have to decide later on, but for now I'm just gonna sort this out. Let's go. So I've built the bed and I've weeded all the way through. Now I think I'm going to put a separate one at the back there. Now, I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to put wood or brick it or something. I just want it because I know a lot of water comes through and I'm worried that it's going to rot that bed there. So I'm going to hold back on this bed just for a day or two to have a think about what I'm going to put at the back of that bed. And then I want to put cardboard down just in case any more weeds come through, and then a pile of compost, and then all this can go in. But I've also had a little sort out up here, put all the bamboo canes on this side, brought my ladder over because I don't want to leave that out, because if anyone does break in the plot, I'm leaving a ladder out so they can climb back over the fence or whatever. So I brought it over here now secure, and I normally lock it to this as well, so I need to bring over the little box that I had from the old polytunnel of all my little bits and bobs that would secure this tunnel. So yeah, it's starting to look just how I want it now. So it's a new day. I've come over. It's just got a little bit too dark last night to carry on doing the jobs, but the guttering's up, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. I also want to show you now my bulb planter that I've bought. It's quite small, but I think it's going to be perfect for what I need for a majority of the bulbs. So let me show you that. So it's by Kent and Stone. It's got a hollow insert on it. So you basically just push it into the ground, turn and lift. And then this leaves the right amount of hole that you need really for bulbs, small bulbs like daffodil bulbs, even garlic cloves. So I had one of these, but not quite as nice as this one. So I'm glad I've got another one now. Yeah, so if you can get one of these, perfect. You just basically just push in, and it's cored out as well. The only difference is with this one is a better quality, but I wish they would have put the depth on here so you can kind of know how far you've gone down for your bulbs, but I'll be able to work that out anyway, so it'll be okay. This depth is pretty much what I wanted anyway for the bulbs. So yeah, hopefully today or tomorrow we'll be planting all the spring bulbs, but I feel like I'm a little bit behind with them. But last year I did the same, and as you remember, I had a full flush of tulips and daffodils, but this year I want it to be bigger than... But next year I want it to be bigger and better. So, you know, Bulby and Farmer Gracie have both sent me a big box of bulbs. And yeah, so I'm really, really pleased. Plus all the ones I bought at Malvern and at the garden centre. So there's quite a lot to go in. It's just finding the room and making sure I put it in the right place. Because last year I filled up the front of the plot on the fig and olive plot with tulips, beautiful. But they were in that bed for quite a long, you know, a long period after they'd flowered as well. So I need to be really tactical with them this year. So yeah, if you're thinking about putting spring bulbs in, or you have already, ensure that soil is well drained. Now I knew on the side of the polytunnel it was going to get a lot of water through winter, and the bulbs would absolutely, you know, they'd just be rotted and decimated. So I probably have one or two that might survive and plod through, but I'm hoping now by putting that guttering on, and I'll add some perlite as well underneath just to get a bit of drainage. I think it'll be fine now anyway. I think it'll be okay. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll check the soil anyway to see how it's going on. But I think I'm being overprotective really now by putting the perlite in. So I'll have a think about that. But yeah, make sure it's well drained, because especially if you've got dahlias as well, you don't want those to rot. So make sure that they're very well drained. Just give them the environment that they need. So inside this little mini nursery, we have some life. Now everything seems to be growing really, really well. We've got the lettuces, which are now perking right up. The pak choys have all been, as you can see, there's a couple that are struggling, but that's okay. The mustards, as you can see now, they've got their true leaves, and also the giant spinach now is putting on some bulk. But the thing that I'm really happy about is the dwarf lupins. Also, there's quite a few that have come up here now as well, some other seedlings. Now, I did actually sow some purple shamrocks, and I'll pop them on the screen. Now, these are for on the fig and olive tree, and they kind of like a cover, they cover a bed over, and I want them to be underneath the fig tree. So that's for next year, but I sowed the seeds now, pop them in, and hopefully these will germinate. I hope so anyway. The seeds didn't look the best, but maybe that's how they look. I mean, not all seeds are tiny little small hard, you know, shells. These look like, a bit like a little husk. So yeah, I'll pop a picture of those on the screen now so you can kind of see. And yeah, I'm hoping that they'll come and they'll, you know, form some kind of little cover area underneath the fig tree. So that's the plan for those. So as you can see, the guttering's up now. I've managed to put one of these in place as well to stop the leaves. I will order some of the gutter guard stuff that stops the leaves from falling in here as well, but I'm not so much worried about this one because with the IBC tank you can get in there to get the leaves, but I mean this is just using that bucket of death down there. Now I'm decided I'm going to put that there for now, and then I'm going to try and get a different one because I want to use this for something else. But I'm hoping to get like a little square tank or something to go here so that I can just plonk my watering can in whenever I want. Now I am going to add overflow onto the tank that I'm going to get and run perhaps a hose pipe all the way down to the outside of the plots, you know, into the fields behind, so that it can take away some of the drainage. But so I don't want it to be rotting the polytunnel. That's my main priority with this over here. But for now, this will fill up and I can plonk in, and I've got extra water there as well. So yeah, now I need to sort out this area here, but I'm excited about doing this because I just think in spring and summer, imagine this all full of flowers all down there. You know, I'm thinking maybe this could be the daffodil area. But yeah, put in the comments below, you know, do you think I should put tulips or daffodils? So I've been looking at the garlic beds, and I think I'm going to order some bagged, well-rotted manure to top these up, maybe 3 sacks for each, just to give it a good amount of goodness put into these. Now I know I put some compost on, but I really do want a good crop next year, so I'm thinking I might order quite a few and top up a few of the beds with that. So yeah, that might be on my list for this week, to get some well-rotted manure. Now it is more like a farmyard manure in a bag, like compost, but I'm sure that these beds will really benefit from that. And I've still got some spare garlic here as well, but that's for the fig and olive plot, because what I've decided to do is plant some in the polytunnel, some in the beds here, some in buckets, and some on the fig and olive plot, so that I've got a good amount of garlic. Now you're probably thinking, why does he need that much? But it's not so much what I need. I'm thinking about what may happen. So if something happens where these two in this bed rot, I kind of want to have enough grown then to eat, and also to save for next year. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen in these beds. I know you could say, oh, we'll just take a gamble, but there's a few in there that I really want to save the bulbs for. So I might have sent these to their death, you know, because this is getting quite boggy, but it's doing okay now. But I'm probably over worrying about it. But I want to make sure that I've got a few plan Bs and plan Cs in place, just in case. The onions are doing well as well. They're all bedding in now, and there's quite a bit of green foliage now. This is okay, this amount, but I don't want them to go crazy, you know, crazy big, because they start snapping over and the wind blows them. But for now, this is okay, and I'm going to have to net this soon as well. Now, that's probably a bit premature, but I like to just net it so that it's done, because in early spring, allium leaf miner turns up again. But for now, I'm probably going to cover it. Swedes, they're doing okay. There's still quite a few in there, but I need to plant more for next year. I think I've got about 10 or 12 left in there, and I've got 2 calabos left. And the sprouts at the front, they're doing all right as well. So I've still got some crops still in, but next year I'm definitely going to be ready for spring, autumn and winter, because the plots should be finished by then, you know, should be finished by February. That's my deadline, but we shall see. But I've got too many plans, that's my problem. So I've assessed the soil, and it doesn't look too bad now, you know. I think perhaps I was being a bit too cautious, but now the guttering's on, I know that will divert, you know, thousands and thousands of litres of water away from this area, and plus protect the frame as well, you know. So I'm happy about that now. Now people will probably be like, oh, but they won't get as much. It'll still get plenty of watering, trust me. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to core out this area and pop all the daffodils in. I think this is going to become the daffodil area, the daffodils that I bought from the garden centre. And then I will then mulch it with some bark on top. So it will be similar to this. Or I might get a darker coloured bark so that it's defined, so otherwise people might walk on it. But for now, I just want to get the bulbs in, so let's go. So I've got quite a selection of narcissus this year, and yeah, some of them are going to be absolutely beautiful. These ones are called Pheasant's Eye, and then I've also got Arctic Bells, which are quite small. And then I had a little bit of a blunder, which I'll show you in a minute. I've also got some fragrant ones, which I'm going to put at the front near the corner. And then I've also got Tete, which is another one, which are very, very small. So I think, again, they might go around just at the corner area there, because I want them to be quite small. I don't want them to be overpowering the path and also rubbing against the door area as well when I slide it open. But these are the blenders I have. So I've got 3 varieties. I've got Tete, oh God, I'm not saying these, but yeah, this is what they are. But look what's happened, the roots have come through. So what I did was, I put these on top of a bucket of spent potato compost, and look, the roots have come through the bag. So I'm gonna have to be careful with these. But I've also got these ones called Tressemble, and also, oh God, I'm not saying all these, but I'll put these 3 on the screen now as well, so that you've got these. So yeah, so I've got quite a few different varieties, which I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all together, mix them all up, and then put them out, apart from the Tete at the front. I think that's what I'm going to do. But these are the ones that I'm really looking forward to seeing, is the fragrant species mix, because they are really, really nice, and they've got quite a few different colours. So let's get them in. And I mean, imagine this full of daffodils, you know, next year. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait, honestly. I cannot wait to be able to come over here and see a full row of daffodils just, you know, encasing this polytunnel. And what a very Welsh polytunnel it will be with those.
I can feel there is somebody here, and he's watching over me tonight as he takes away my fears, lets me know there's a heaven up there. Yeah, he's reaching out his hand to me to wash away my tears. Oh, I know you, and I praise you. Got my arms open for your love. Oh, I want to be near you. I hear angels from up above. They sing hallelujah. They sing hallelujah.
I'm absolutely thrilled that I got so many jobs done today. Honestly, I've been ticking them off like no tomorrow at the moment, but you know, the weather's going to change soon, so I'm hoping to get as many done as I can before winter really kicks in. I'm Danny, and this is Grow Up.